Hello all, how are we doing today? Let me make sure my audio is off there. And I lost my chat. Where's my chat? There's my chat. Hello. I hope everybody can hear me, because it looks like everybody can hear me. Right. Supposedly my audio is going. But welcome to today's the 7th because it's the 7th because last week was the 31st, so 7 days later we're here on the 7th of November. Welcome to Alexandria RPG Library, and my camera is tilted. Oh, I can't fix that now. Maybe. Okay. So, my Stream Elements, I swear I updated that. I guess I didn't press save when I did that. Oh well. Done. Well, it's not the Halloween edition, it's the week after Halloween edition. But, every day is Halloween if you really want to try that hard. Or if you're a 90s goth kid, which wasn't really a 90s goth kid, I just kind of was adjacent. Let's see, how bad did I mess up my camera? If I squat down. Yeah, it'll be good enough. I'm the least important part of this show. Okay, so let's get into some news. Welcome to Alexander RPG. Monday news. We haven't had... I think we have somebody on tomorrow. We've had... It's been kind of crazy out in the world. Poor people not feeling well, or family members not feeling well. All kinds of crazy things happening, and I want to make sure creators, they're off doing what they need to do to take care of their families, or themselves, or their companies. Let's get into. Oh God, I don't want to do that crazy YouTube. Let's get into it. We'll get to the news. There's only a handful of stories. I'm trying to get deeper into different companies' websites so I can see what they're doing. But so it looks like today it was announced that everybody has been excited for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie. And the last CEO of Hasbro that passed away was huge into the movies. And I think this is going to be the last like Hasbro-based movie we see for a long time. Because I think most everything else has kind of been canceled. But anyways, Paramount Pictures pushed the Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves theatrical release back to March 31st, reported by Deadline. Deadline's a huge industry paper or news aggregate for Hollywood. Studio did a bit of release date shuffle to perhaps increase the odds of success in their star-filled D&D movie. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves took over Scream 6's slot on the schedule. Scream 6 was then moved up to March 10th and then put it up against the sci-fi flick 65, which stars Adam Driver, Chloe Coleman, Andrea Greenblatt, and Inside, which stars William Dafoe. On March 31st, Dungeons & Dragons is now up against a musical drama. Don't think that's really going to be in the same wheelhouse of most of your D&D fans. So Spinning Gold with Michael Monaghan and Jason Isaacs, a boxing film, Heart of a Lion, starring Forrest Whitaker. Wonky Eye Forrest. I love that guy, but he does have a wonky eye. A Good Person with Florence Pugh and Morgan Freeman, and A.V. Rockwell's 1001, which is a crime film. I guess if you're trying to shuffle it around, it'd probably be a better lineup to go against than sci-fi stuff, and probably a smarter bet. So if you were looking to see it in early March, it'll be at the end of March now. And I'll be honest, I still am trying to stay away from all the trailers and everything personally. Not that it's going to spoil anything. Movies are hard to spoil for me because people are like, "Oh, spoilers!" I'm like, that was obvious. I was the guy that did a few minutes into Sixth Sense go, "He's dead." People look at me at the end like, "How did you know?" I was like, it was kind of obvious. But I just retain information. I look at things different than most people. But anyways, let's move on and see Dungeon Crawl Classics, Empire of the East. So Gary Con is over, and this was from March. Somebody just sent this to me as if it was new. Well, this just makes me silly. Well, that's funny. I love it when we get some weird thing that's old that kind of makes it into our news cycle. Because Let's see if they've got any other announcements. That's a preview. Yeah. Well, I apologize for bringing up something from a couple years ago, but if you're interested, and many of us here like Dungeon Crawl Classics and I want to play some Monster Crawl Classics, look at the Empire of the East. It's been out for a couple years. So here is one that just came out. Let's see. Achtung Cthulhu. So this is from Modifius with their 2D20 system, and they keep refining the system. It's gotten really good here with Achtung Cthulhu. I've not played it, just read through the rules, can see what they've gotten, what they've cleaned up from their first game to what they have now, because I think the first game was the Infinity, based on the tabletop miniature game. But this is the Forest of Fear. So it's December 1944. The Allied advances after D-Day come to a grinding halt on the borders of the fortress Germany. As the first snows fall, both sides eye each other and the wary across the lines, content to rest and recuperate as winter sets in. But Hitler has one last great gambit planned, a massive armored offensive in which will split the British and U.S. forces and hurl allies back so he can recapture the deep water port of Antwerp. Contained within the deep assault, a Nazi scientist known as Blackbird plans to unleash his legion of monstrous panzers and terrifying new shock troops to cut a swath through the Allied lines. Yes, love some Achtung Cthulhu. So, features epic late war adventure featuring both the battle against Nazi occult on an ancient evil lurking beneath the forest burrows. 11 awesome missions await, taking you from the first steps beneath the trees to the ancient elder thing Undercity, a cursed monstrosity, and an epic finale at the Blackbird's Nest. Come get a free PDF for the prologue mission. Cool. I love when they do this. So, contact your local game store, see if they are carrying some Achtung Cthulhu or other modifius stuff. I've been reading through the different Achtung Cthulhu stuff. I love how they have it in issues. I think I'm up to issue number 4 because I think issue 0 is the DM screen with some stuff. 1 is the player's handbook. 2 is the GM guide. Then 3 and 4 is cool stuff and beyond. So I need to get a hold of Modifius, see if we can get some more of these books in. And I'm enjoying it feels like a fun movie that you could just do some. Oh man, this would be so much fun to actually do some cartoons or a high quality web series on it. Be a lot of fun. Well, if you're into Achtung Cthulhu, Forest of Fear is out now. Let's see, from Steam Forge Games, they just so it's out for pre-order. This is their Cove of the Dragon Turtle. This thing is massive. It's 11 inches tall, I think it said. Like, this thing is like the size of my head. It's giant, and I got a large noggin. Let's see. Does he show the turtle? I want to see the turtle. That's not the turtle. Well, fine. Well, they didn't. Let's see. Ran a couple scenarios back when it first came out, a third-party book for use with Call of Cthulhu 6 or Savage Worlds. Nice setting for those Cthulhu players that like. Yeah, and so back on Call of the Achtung Cthulhu, it is it definitely is has that very pulpy nature. It screams, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade with Cthulhu jammed into it. And I love the Savage Worlds system. Savage Worlds is a great system. The 2D20 system has gotten much better over the years. And even if you don't end up playing in the 2D20 world or system, it's not that hard to convert because there's so many Cthulhu-based games and other systems that you can play Achtung Cthulhu, and I think that originally it was released for Savage Worlds, if I recall correctly. So if you can find that, you can pick these up and convert it all over. So, well, if you're into giant cool critters, let's see, battle a dreaded denizen of the deeps. With the armored shell of a gargantuan turtle and the mind of a greedy, cunning dragon. You will live to tell the tale, or end up sleeping with the fishes. Pre-order the Cove of the Dragon Turtle today for a September release, so it's a little ways out. Today we're introducing you to the most terrible creature lurking beneath the crashing waves, the Dragon Turtle, containing everything you need to create a truly epic role-playing encounter, hence the name. Cove of the Dragon Turtle box plunges you into battle against the Colossus denizen of the deep. Slot this box into your existing role-playing games or create a brand new, scintillating, seafaring clash. Steamforge makes some gorgeous minis, and yeah, super excited. I mean, they've got a ton of stuff in there. If you go to their coming soon, just yeah, they're busy. And on minis, D&D Icons of the Realm, WizKids just released a gargantuan Tarrasque. This is the one that's 11 inches tall and 15 inches. So 11 inches tall is like this. This thing is literally the size of my head. And it is a massive, massive critter. That's not what I wanted to do. And WizKids is knocking a lot of these WotC minis out of the park. So, the legendary Tarrasque is possibly the most dreaded monster of the material plane. It is widely believed that only one of these creatures exists, though no one can predict where and when it will strike. Make sure you get yours today. It is a hefty price, but it is a giant miniature. Yes, I said giant miniature. Oh. Hey. I was trying to find. So Free League. I believe this was a Kickstarted a while back. And is, so, if it's Cy Borg is using the very slim Morkborg rules. So, do you dream feverish dreams about nano-infested RPG where cybernetic misfits are raging against a relentless corporate hell? Now, those dreams are within your reach. Free League and Stockholm Cartel today announced that Morkborg, cyberpunk spin-off game Cy Borg is set to release November 15th. So, it's like a week and a day. Like, it'll be Tuesday next week. The pre-order is now live and give you access to the PDF before the release day. So, Cy Borg RPG is a game about climate collapse, out of control consumerism, the commodification of personal data, late-stage capitalism, transhumanism, and a senseless violence. So, the cool thing with this is we all know what cyberpunk is, and you know cyberpunk has been a genre in storytelling for a very long time. Artel Sorian put it into the quintessential cyberpunk RPG. Shadowrun made it a fantasy thing as well. And if you've played Morkborg and you understand how simple, straightforward those rules are, and they're stylishly out of their book, well, you get the simplicity of Morkborg and the insanity of what their book looks like. Insane in a great way. Because, I mean, it's funny because you look at something like Hull, Human Occupied Landfill, that was all like hand-done, hand-drawn, hand-written, and it is a chore to read. And you open up Morkborg and you're like, oh my god, because like every page is so different. And you're like, this is going to be a chore, but it's weird that it's weirdly inviting in its chaotic way, and you just kind of want to keep going through it. So, hello there, waif. So, that's the last of the news. We're going to get into crowdfunding. That went quick. There was not a lot of news out there. I think there's a lot of people waiting to make Black Friday announcements. So, like next week, we'll probably have a bunch of announcements for stuff that's being released or pre-orders or whatever. Or then sales are going to be bonkers these next couple months. Oh, sales are going to be bonkers. Let's see. Witch, Fated Souls 2nd Edition, an urban fantasy tabletop role-playing game about people who've sold their soul to a demon. So they're 10,000 of their 7,500 that they were looking for. It's from the Netherlands, so created 7, backed 182. Hi, my name is Liz, and I'm the owner of the Angry Hamster Publishing. I love the name of of her publishing company, Angry Hamster. That is awesome. let's look at. So we it looks like they've cleaned this up a little bit because I think we looked at this and it wasn't funded yet. And I remember talking because I remember saying, some of this made me think of, Sabrina and stuff. And here it is. Behind the familiar facade of the world hides a world of supernatural wonder and horror. The game deals with witches known as fated, people who sold their souls in a demonic bargain. The reason witches strike such a hellish bargain are varied. One witch might fate themselves for power, another for money, and a third to save a loved one. Magic is never the point of the bargain, but it always comes as a side effect, whether the witch likes it or not. Most witches come to regret the deal sooner or later. Yes. Let's see. Pledge without reward. See. $19 gets you the PDF. $40 gets you the PDF and the physical book, and then $60 is 3 copies of the book as a retailer. $65 gets you the physical book, dice bag, and a quick reference. $95 gets you the physical book, dice bag, quick reference, Devil's Deck, and Devil's Zine. Ooh, let's see if they've got anything about them. Some good art. This looks like a well put together. Oh, they've got a quick start on Drive-Thru RPG. Always love that. If this is the Devil's Deck, yeah, there you go. Looks like it's a tarot deck that's look at that, some good art. So there you go. There's the physical copy, the dice bag, the custom velvet bag, and quick reference, and all digital. So then this is your Devil Zine, and your deck. Then the Hamster's Hoard. I like it. It's if you didn't know the name of the company, you'd be like, I don't get it. But knowing the name of the company makes a lot of sense. So you get a physical copy of. See, let's look at the Hamster's Hoard. Physical copy, dice bag, quick reference, Devil's Deck, Devil's Zine. All the stretch goals, Afterlife, Wandering Souls, A Wanderer's Guide to Limbos and Mirages, and Families of Terra. So you get these 3 extra books for another. So if you go from the Secrets at $95, so $95 gets you like everything for the game, and then for $80 more, you get 3 more books. Then we got stretch goals. Ooh, they got a spirit board. That's a physical add-on. Oh, hey, they unlock their stretch goal to give every book a faux seal bookmark. And bookmarks are great. Built-in bookmarks are awesome. So, but looks like they're doing well. They've got just under 2 weeks left. So let's see. We'll look at them right before they close. Let's see. Someone sent this one to me. The art. I haven't looked at this one at all. So, Dreamstone, Revenge of the Nightmare Stone. Join us in celebrating 30 years since the second series of Dreamstone aired with these collectible gaming figures. Okay, 5 days ago. So, Dreamstone was a creation of artist Mark Jupp and producer. I'd never heard of this. Is this a? Oh, this must have been something out of the UK. Normally, I don't really talk about minis, but these are bonkers minis. I could see people using these, so I am only looking at this one because of the artwork here. So 17 created, 31 backed. It's minis for an old UK TV show. I don't know the show, but these minis are miraculous. The Jolly Bird. Hod. The guardian bird. The miners. Miners, not miners. Oh, well, and there's a... so the Dreamstone RPG expands the concept of the miniature game and creates an immersive experience where gameplay adopts the structure of a TV episode. Oh, so they put a RPG in it. Okay, I thought it was just a... Let's see. $57 gets you the Nightmare Bundle. It's one of everything, save £20. Okay. So the Nightmare Bundle. So Pick and Mix allows you to choose what you want to pledge the amount. So if you pledge $1, then you can buy different things. Oh, that's why everything's got. So instead of pledging $1, you can say $15. I just want the game supplement. 15 pounds gets you the miners. £5. So you can add it all up and pledge what you want. But if you get the Nightmare Bundle, gets you basically one of each of the sets, copies of the Protectorate Handbook, the Player's Guide. So it's a tabletop mini game based upon a European thing. Plus, hey, thanks for the wow. We've been doing this for 19 months now. That's bonkers. These minis look like a Chinese knockoff of Digimon. They kind of do. Hey, thanks for the new thanks for the continued subscription. These do look like weird knockoffs of Digimon, but this is older than Digimon. It's an old UK TV show. So I mean, these are bonkers. This I don't know what to think of it. I now need to. I want to look this show up because this show has got to be just because. If I don't know if anybody's really watched, so early 90s, ran from 1990 to 1995, and if you've ever looked at some of the stuff that was coming out of the UK in the 90s, there's some bonkers stuff. That was a weird time for all. Okay, hang on. Oh my word, this is crazy looking. Okay, I will have to watch this later. Okay, yeah, they put everything on YouTube. So if you if this is your thing, then you can come back and back the project. They're not quite at their goal. They got 5 days ago. They weren't looking for much. That's kind of nuts, but it is a niche product for the UK is not that big. Yes, the early 90s was weird for animation in general, but the UK was like another level of weird. Let's see what's next. Unglorious Necrofantasy Tabletop RPG. Be ready to rise again. Rise up from the grave, take your rusty sword, and become a hero in this RPG inspired by medieval and Army of Darkness. Heh. They've got their own Necronomicon. Where's this out of? It's out of Italy. Well, looks like they got all their mock-ups done. You're dead. Well, it's no surprise considering how recklessly you launched into adventure. Dungeon Crawl Classics? What? You thought a sword, a map, and some sunscreen would be enough to face hungry fiends and cursed forests? Tell me again, how did you die? The Unglorious RPG picks up where other games end. The character's death. These deaths, however, aren't glorious or heroic like the deaths of great adventures. They're banal and lack any epicness. No ballads or poems are written about them. A few jokes, at most. Maybe you fell asleep inside of a dragon's cave. You slipped and fell off a cliff while sneezing, or you smashed your head against the city sign. Whatever happened, death came knocking at your at your door prematurely, thus cutting your path to glory short. And that's where your adventure starts. Because the world of Mora, anyone who dies ends up in the orchard, the land of the dead. A messy, humid place that's run through infuriating bureaucracy, and that's where your journey towards unclaimed glory begins. Grab your death certificate, venture inside the metropolis, and get in line to rise again in the land of the living. Take care of scores to settle, and finally become a hero. It sounds hilarious. They've got a quick start guide. Awesome. Let's see. What are the goals? So, $20 US, you get the core at the corpse level. You get the Unglorious Core Book digital format. 65 gets you the digital core book, the Unglorious Tales from the Crypt digital book, the Unglorious Sea Bones digital book, Unglorious Land of the Dead digital, Cemetery Map of Banded. How long you been dead? And the Unglorious Ferryman Screen. Let's see, $89 gets you the core book, digital and physical. Tales from the Crypt, digital and physical. Wow, for $89. Unglorious dice set and a cemetery map. So the Timeless Cadaver is also $89. That gets you the digital, physical core. Lead the Dead book, Necronomicon, physical and digital, and Ferryman Screen and Unglorious dice set. $194 gets you everything from A to Z. The Unglorious book, core book, Tales from the Crypt, the Necronomicon, Sea of the Bones, Lead of the Dead, Ferryman Screen, dice set, and the map, and a big pin. Ships to anywhere in the world. So, why a Kickstarter? After successfully funding the vintage horror RPG VHS, our first bilingual project, Italian and English, we decided to aim for translation of another key piece of our catalog, and we're probably most fond of. This honestly sounds hilarious. So, the core manual contains everything you need to play, including background information on the world of Mora, the details of the land of the Banded, and one of its five continents, 12 deceased types, equipment, and bestiary, and much more. There's your map. Tales from the Crypt, 160-page paperback in A4 size. A4. The Necronomicon, Kickstarter exclusive, 150-page hardcover A5. That's smaller, I believe. Darn European A sizes. See, there's your screen. I wish we had the funds to back this. I really do. There's your Unglorious dice set. Sea of Bones. Let's see, 110 pages paperback, A4. Land of the Dead. So this looks like Land of the Dead takes you straight to the frontier age, a setting filled with bandits, drought, and a million ways to die in the West. There's the acrylic big pen. Fight like a dead monkey. Nice. I like fighting like a monkey. I love the art. The art is great. Makes me think of a card game from back in the day. There's the front of the book. The back of the book has it. It has a backside. Oh, I'm a child. So are these people. I love them. Are we sure that those dead in the West aren't livid? Boo. Uh, I really am digging this. This is good. How much time do they have left? 15 days. We've got to really keep an eye on this one. This one looks hilarious. And there's some other good games that came out of Italy. What is it? Oh, dang it. It's one that I really enjoy and I keep pointing people to, and I can't think of the name of it all of a sudden. Let's see. Zone Wars, Mutiny Zero, multiplayer skirmish mayhem. So this isn't an RPG. This is a tabletop miniature game from Free League, based on Mutiny Zero. But it's less about the game, more about getting miniatures for Mutiny Zero. So that's the cover of one of the books where you can be a robot. Yeah, I mean, so much cool stuff. Mutiny Zero is a blast. I really want to sit down and play it with a bunch of people, and it's a great way to get some really cool minis for a really cool RPG. So there's the Mecha King. Bender. That doesn't look like Bender. Maybe this is his cousin, because maybe he's not Bender Rodriguez. Maybe he's Bender Sven. So let's look at their levels. $55 gets you the core game. $92 gets you a 4-player bundle. $275 gets you. It's the retail bundle. So, and again, the only reason I brought this up is it's a really cool way to get minis for Mutiny Zero. Medieval was also lighthearted in tone for the PlayStation. I remember Medieval, but what was the name of that? Trying to find. Oh god, I forgot there was a Shadowrun trading card game. What was the name of that stupid? Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. But it was an amazing. It just had such wonderful art. I'll find it. Broken Compass was the Italian game that I was trying to think of. Yes, Broken Compass was the other Italian RPG from Three Squirrels, or what was it? Why can't I think of the two little mice, three squirrels? It's from Two Little Mice, not Three Squirrels. I never got the Shadowrun trading card game. I totally forgot it was a thing. I was huge. I loved the Doomtown for the RPG that I love. Why can't I think of the name of it all of a sudden? My brain turned off today. But there was But anyways, we'll continue on, because that's gonna bug me until I can think of. Oh, what was the name of it? That's gonna bug the heck out of me. Okay, In the Shadows, Expanding Thieves Guild in 5e. This is a special edition for our 5e Unearthed Spoils digital magazine, focused on giving GMs tools to introduce and run thieves guilds. what's in the special edition? The theme for this volume is the Thieves Guild and how to give game masters the tools. So this is I always hate the no backed, but this is their third one of these zines. They have a Patreon where they do stuff and they kind of compile it and do a Kickstarter from time to time. This is their Thieves Guild edition. So if you want to do cooler stuff with thieves in your 5e based stuff, well, this is actually a really cool little thing to do so with it. Let's look at their. They wanted 1,000 moose dollars, and they're at 6,200 moose dollars. So the Aussies have kangaroo bucks, the Canadians have moose dollars. Surprised Thieves World has yet to be resurrected again for the tabletop. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't. Let's see. So for six American dollars or freedom bucks or eagle dollars, 7 moose dollars, you can get a PDF version of this zine. 17 moose dollars versus 13 American eagles. Get the PDF plus Fantasy Grounds module. Or the same thing for Foundry, or the same thing for Roll20. Or the same thing for Shard Tabletop. And let's see, $25 American or 33 Canadian. You can get PDF plus Unearthed Spoils PDF collection. So that is a bunch of stuff that they have put out. A bunch of different zines and things like this that they put out. So I've seen a couple things that they put out, and they actually look like they've done a pretty good job. And this is really nice that they're giving you a lot of different options. And I love doing stuff like this where you say, "Hey, no, well, loonies is just their dollar coin, and then they got toonies as their $2 coin, but their money as a whole is just moose bucks." We've got the freedom dollars or the eagle, the eagle dollars. The Canadian or the Aussies have, kangaroo bucks, and then the New Zealanders have kiwi bucks, and the Brits just have pounds. Their money has weight to it. Let's see, Paranoia, the perfect edition. It's $178,000. I really want them to, hit way beyond this, but happy to see they're doing well. 19 days to go. This is from Mongoose. Mongoose did the last one, and this one is a refined version of the last one with a bunch of things I think story-wise kind of fixed, and it's backwards compatible, but it's also its own new slimmed-down version. So. Talked about it last week. I will probably show it again in the future. It's got 19 days to go, so it's going to be on Monday. Again, if I haven't talked to you into it now, or people within the library haven't said, "Oh my God, Paranoia, one of the greatest games ever," stick around in our Discord. You'll learn. We all love Paranoia. Heretic's Guide to Devotion and Divinity 5e, a 5e sourcebook with ready-to-play relic hunts, divine NPCs, and religious cults, plus new celestial foes and divinely inspired loot. Wow, they're doing well. It's from Copenhagen. They're at 50,000 and just a few days in. I love it. It's the Heretic's Guide to Devotion and Divinity. Oh, that's a really cool logo. The dragon head. Wow. So, $25 gets you Heretics, let's see, Guide to Devotion and Divinity PDF and digital assets. So, a bunch of virtual tabletop stuff. Cool. $45 gets you the hardcover plus all the stuff from the previous, the digital assets. The all digital books. Let's see, so $55. Paranoia is fun, not denying, but it's a game. It's a game for Lackey to run at cons. Well, we have a few other people that run Paranoia as well. And I haven't run it at cons, but I have run a lot of Paranoia over the years. Let's see, $55 gets you the Heretic's Guide to Devotion and Divinity, the Mildado's Guide to Magical Marvels, and Wonder's Guide to Merchants and Magic. So, there are other books. $60 gets you the Devotion to Divinity hardcover, and there are other books in PDF. And it gets you it gets you the hardcover Devotion to Divinity PDF, and then the Devotion to Divinity handout card deck and Heretic bookmarks. Let's see, $110 gets you Devotion hardback PDF, the Heretic's Guide to the Dick handout card deck, bookmarks, a limited edition enamel pen, guide wall poster, and some STL files for minis. And $200 gets you the hardcover, the PDF, the card deck, the Magical Marvels hardcover and PDF, Guide to Magical Marvels deck with 100 cards, Wanderer's Guide to Merchants and Magic hardcover PDF, and a 120 card deck with that, bookmarks, limited edition enamel pins, the wall poster, STL files, and a limited edition Spell Warper's dice. Let's see, do they have a picture of the Spell Warper's dice? There's your cards. Ooh, it moves. So let's see, what do we have? Ooh, there's your Sky Ferret and Seer enamel pins. I want a Sky Ferret. There's your dice. I like when they do these little yawning. I like it when they do these pledge breakdowns. These are nice. So if you're going to do a crowdfunding thing, check that out. Do one of these. Makes it so quick for people to check out. Let's see, what do we got next? Wildernum Volume 1, Valley of the Flowers. Quest through an Arthurian fever dream realm of perilous beauty in a sandbox campaign setting for tabletop role-playing game. Isn't all tabletop role-playing game, a sandbox? Kind of always giggle when people are like, it's a sandbox. And it's like, yeah, it's a tabletop role-playing game. Unless you have a GM that runs everything on rails, it's a sandbox. Designed for use with old school essentials. That's cool. I like that. 2 created, 41 backed. Let's see. So, $15 gets you the PDF. $35 gets you the PDF in a hardcover. Nice. $48 gets you PDF, the hardcover, and Karn limited edition handcrafted. Okay, do they have a picture of... the book is nice. I dig the people flying on giant bees attacking each other. I don't know what the Karn limited edition is. Oh, handcrafted limited edition of Karn. Everything. Okay, I don't know what that is. And I don't see anything. Okay. Okay, plus a copy of Karn, a rules light RPG compatible with Valley of the Flowers, developed by Yochia Gal. We are especially pleased to be able to offer a limited edition copy of the zine handcrafted by LFOSR using rich black ink and texture archival cover stock. Okay, so It'd be a handcrafted zine. That's kind of cool. The rails are made of sandstone sometimes. Euphemorica, a transhuman spacefaring roleplay. A game about navigating the furthest stars by the means of the best instrument you'll ever own, your own body. I don't know. I had a really cool trombone when I was in school. That was an awesome instrument. Science and engineering progress to the furthest planets and beyond, as information technology grows faster and greater, as biology and genetics are decoded and recorded. One question will always remain: what am I? Well, I am me. Welcome to Euphemorica, the exploration of personhood in the far future in a form of tabletop role-playing game. You and your fellow players will take on the roles of explorers, not just of space, but your own selves. It's a story of how cybernetics, genetics, engineering, genetic engineering, xenobiology, zeta tech, and yourself all combine in ways that may surprise even yourself. Interesting. Okay. $14. You get early adopter special. Your name in the list of super sponsors section. Digital copy of Euphemorica. An option to pay extra for printing, shipping, and handling. Nice. See, I like it when they have that. Let's see, $19. You get you get the early adopter special that's still available. Limited the four left of 143, and 3 hours to go on that one. So it ends today. Let's see. Then it would go from $14 to $19. $40, physical reward only. Your name listed in sponsors. Physical Euphemorica only, no digital rewards. $140, cameo art by Mama Bliss. Your name listed in underwriter section. A digital copy of the game. Option to pay for physical copy. And custom artwork in the final game. $168, cameo art by Ji Jin Meng. So kind of the same as before, but art by a different artist. Next one, art by Maut. Cameo art by Jonelle Hippel. Wow, they've got a lot of cameo arts. Art by Glue. Wow, more cameo arts. More cameo arts. More cameo art. Wow, it's a lot of different cameo arts. Sanguine, complete library. You get your name listed in super sponsors. Every title in Sanguine's digital library as of November 22. Digital copy of Euphemorica. And option to get the printed version. Oh. And they sold out of the Norman Rafferty digital art. A lot of interesting art. Really neat idea, but I don't know how, this is a game I would have to see in person to really see how it plays out, like, rules-wise. Some neat concepts, but, don't necessarily know how it plays out. But I love the art. Looking at all the different things people have worked on. Some awesome art. They really, really went out and found some fun artists. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to see if we can reach out to these people, because I would like to know more about the game. Because this is definitely one that, I think you need to know more about. Let's see. Cowboy Bebop! 8 days to go, so we'll talk about it again on next Monday to see where they're at. 364,000. Really want them to, do more. They were looking for 20,000 euros. They're at 367,000 euros, pushing nearly 3,500 backers. So hopefully next Monday you'll be killing it. Oh, Tip says some of those artists have been around. They've been Deviant Art stable since the early 2000s. So, no need to say anything about Cowboy Bebop. If you love it, you're probably already a backer. If you didn't know this was a thing, please back it. Loved it. I was hoping it would do more. Monty Python, honestly, I'm surprised. It's got 10 days to go. It's only at 1.5 million US. I thought this would be much further along. But a lot of us that love Monty Python are getting older, so it didn't have the wide-reaching as it didn't hit as many generations that are buying into stuff as Avatar did. But I can't wait to get it in my hands. It's probably gonna be horrible, but I'm gonna whatever. Kids on Bike second edition. I did not know this was up. It's only got $150,000. 46 hours to go. It says funded in an hour, but so the Junior Braves role-playing game that was based on it was a Junior Braves of the Apocalypse. Great little graphic novel, and they use Kids on Bikes as their core of the role-playing game, but they had made changes, and the Kids on Bikes people loved it so much that those changes have gone into the second edition. So the Junior Braves role-playing game is closer to second ed Kids on Bikes than it is first ed Kids on Bikes, from what I understand. But really need to sit down and chat with this team, and honestly, I'm blown away that it's only made 150,000. Kind of sad, really. So, $25 gets you the pocket protector, gets you the PDF, the library card, gets you the PDF and a soft cover for $35. $45 is the kickstand, gets you access to the Pledge Manager, the PDF, and a hardcover book. $75 is the wheelie. You get the PDF, the hardcover, and exclusive glow-in-the-dark dice, or retro rainbow. Ooh, where's the dice? Is there a better shot of the dice? And just talks about no close-ups. Sad panda. Sad panda. There's the wheelie. There's the the kit clip is the digital and hardcover. All the stretch goals, adventure zines, one set of dice and dice bag, backpack tokens, map pack, and NPC. Ooh, so $150 gets you into the backpack and the NPC deck. $250 gets you digital and hardcover book, all stretch gold, backpack, 2 sets of tokens, map pack, NPC deck, 2 character journals, 2 sets of dice of your choice, and dice bag, and a special adventure zine. Oh no! Our lovable mascot Spokey's lost in major. Oh jeez. So yes, Kids on Bikes is getting a second edition, and 46 hours to go before their game, their Kickstarter is complete. Really surprised that that I didn't know about this, so gotta tell some people. And we don't normally look at, kind of some of these accessories, but this one's kind of cool. So, Dragon Book, endless reusable tactical character notebook. The cool thing with this is everything inside is a dry erase. So instead of, we've seen a ton of these over the years, and it's cool because you can just write everything down. And a couple of the cool ones have had like some cool stuff at the front or back that are dry erase, but this one is just dry erase. So once you're done, you can erase a character, start over. Some people don't like that because they want to keep it, but other people I just want one cool thing in, which I think it's pretty nifty. So yeah, it's all just nifty dry erase. It's got a wooden base, so it's nice. You always got something nice to write on. Color name. So yeah, all your stuff is tabbed out. And it's actually, so it's got a nice woodcut front with a little laser etching. So $24. So A5 is small. It's smaller than it's like a small notebook. So $25 or $24 gets you basic printing with paper cover. You will receive a notebook with cardboard laminated cover, A5 format, 32 sheets, of which the first 12 sheets are laminated. The notebook comes complete with non-permanent marker, attention to the color of the marker of your choice, tactile use, exclusive design, multifunctional, universal blocks, blah blah blah. Let's see, $29 gets you. Oh man, it's just. $39 gets you hang on. Oh, this is a pain to go through because it just ship estimated delivery February, and you've got to go through this block of text where there's so much repeated text. Oh. So the different versions just upgrade from cardboard to wood to the like. It's a neat idea. I will absolutely say that. So I dig some of the stuff about this. It's pretty cool, but oh, that's a horrible die. I love Tron, but oof. It is a neat looking die, but I also like dice that you can just read really quick, because that is not a die you can read really fast, because the 6 and the 5 look so much alike. Oh, that's not a good die. It's cool looking, but not a good die. Let's see. Shiver backs. It's 248% of its goal. 2 days left, and you can get either the so you can get the blockbuster or the slasher edition, or the extended cuts, which I think is cool, or you can get the double feature for 140 pounds, which is roughly $140. So Shiver's been around for a little while. Just this is based upon blockbuster movies and one based on slasher flicks. So new versions of Shiver. So there's a lot of different selections, and if for $800 you can star in one of our tabletop movies and get a load of loot as well, look no further. So if you've got 800 pounds, you'll get a boatload of stuff. So the slasher storage box, dice, return to blood camp, blah blah blah, just tons of stuff, and then you get to be a creature or a character in the game. So let's see. Over on BackerKit, you've got Scion God has 10 days left. They're over $100,000 of their $30,000 goal, and this is from Onyx Path, who's done Scion stuff and Vampire Requiem and version of Hunter, Pugmire. Love Pugmire. So if you've ever checked out the Scion stuff, this is Scion 2nd edition, Book 4, God. So presents the special rules and lore story guides to players need to craft thrilling finales to their Scion Chronicle. So if you're into Scion, or if you haven't been into Scion, well, you can back this and pick up the Scion books and start playing. It's actually a lot of fun, and they're doing well on BackerKit. And yeah, Onyx Path's been around for a little while. Let's see. Marching Orders Quick and Dirty, the three delve collection of solo and co-op RPG books, book series, Marching Order. Marching Orders Quick and Dirties. Your rogues are ready for more, huh? Here we go. Count them, 3 short delves for your rogues. Round up your miserable crew from the gutters of Rotbottom because it's adventure time. What's a quick and dirty? Look, rogue is usually is usually the type of thing you find out from your buddy where you're sitting on a bar stool. But sure, we'll explain then the ins and outs of it, if you know what I mean. Marching Order Quick and Dirties are a new type of delve. They're no nonsense adventures meant to be played in a single sitting. So it's a bunch of one shots. So wow, yeah. So they were looking for 500. They've got 4,000 from Crumbling Keep. Let's see what comes with it. Return of the Decaying Menace. Pendulous Pillaged and Protecting Sir Grumpfred. So, if you're interested in some fun little one-shots out of a group from Chicago, well, here you go on Indiegogo. And Castle and Crusaders Character Manager. So, this was listed as up to... darn you, Indiegogo. So I was going through their stuff, and this was listed as still current, but this one ended August 5th. Well, fine. So, Humble Bundle. So, this is not an RPG. This is a bundle of heavy metal stuff. Heavy metal is not for kids, but if you've read heavy metal... I mean, if you ever watched the old movies and stuff, read through heavy metal. There's so many amazing stories back in these, especially. So, these are all from the 70s. This is a bunch from the 70s and 80s, and some crazy good stories. I used to have this issue. Definitely not for kids, but this is just kind of a smattering from the 70s through the 2000s. There are 45 issues in total, and heavy metal is just, I mean, it's some great stuff. Oh, big fan of Jack Kirby. So if you want some really cool stories, I would suggest picking stuff up like this and just going through it. The art's awesome, but the stories are phenomenal. Mobius, French artist and writer, did a ton of stuff for heavy metal back in the day. Some just stunning stories that will give you great ideas for games. And I guarantee you that a lot of the people you're sitting down at the table with probably haven't read heavy metal stuff. So it could give you some really cool ideas that will take your players into directions that you've not gone before, or they've not gone before. Let's see, virtual maps, caves, camps, and crypts book bundle. So for $18, you get 64. This is all like digital map packs and stuff, and little map assets. So every story needs a setting, and with this bundle, your virtual tabletop RPG will now have more new maps and blah blah blah. So you can dump all this stuff in to your virtual tabletops and go. So Frog God Games, tons and tons of stuff from Frog God, who's put out some great stuff over the years. So yeah, for $18 gets you 64 packs of maps and add-ons and flotsam and jetsam and stuff. So not a bad deal at all, especially if you're into using virtual tabletops. Yes, there was so going back on heavy metal, there was a version of Dune that was being prepped in the 70s that Mobius and some other people were working on. Dan O'Bannon, who wrote everything, all the first drafts for Alien, tons of other awesome stuff, and Dark Star, one of my favorite just no budget films. That was Dan O'Bannon and God, the guy that did The Thing, John Carpenter. But Dan O'Bannon was helping out somewhat with the with this. Yeah, look up 1970s Dune, and some of the direction it was going was going to be just stunning, but it just couldn't come together, and then finally led into the 1984 version of Dune, which I still love. Hate the ending because it has nothing to do with the book, but everything leading up to the ending is just stunning. I think the new one looks pretty, but yeah, it's boring. And by boring, I mean everybody in that movie seems like they're just too bored to be on screen. Okay, and then this ends really soon. Where's the end date on this? But if you're into Pathfinder, we talked about this one last week. Ends in 9 days. Okay, so if you're into Pathfinder, Starfinder stuff, you can get if you do at least $45, you get all the digital and one physical thing. You'll have to pay for shipping, but there's so much stuff. Tons of maps and stuff that you can load into virtual tabletops or print out and use at home. Just really good. This is honestly a great deal. And then Bundle of Holding. So, let's see. Mongoose Traveler Exploration. So, starting collection is $13. You get the Traveler Core Rules 2022. So, these are new updates to the Traveler rules. The original sci-fi RPG came out the same year as Star Wars, but I think this came out because, I can't find an exact date, but it came out, I think it came out a couple months before Star Wars. But anyways, this is the most up-to-date rules to the oldest sci-fi tabletop RPG. I believe it is the oldest one. So, core rules, Behind the Claw, and Sword Worlds. Then the bonus collection. So if you go up to $35, you get the core rules and all the other stuff. Aliens Uncharted Space version 1 and 2. Skanderks, a complete Sword Worlds campaign. 2 Spine World Marches source books, the Bowman Arm and Lunar Shield Worlds. And let's see, then High and Dry and Mission of Mithril. And then a recovery, Deneb the Lost Duke. So that's actually a lot of stuff for $35. And that's from Mongoose, who's putting out a bunch of other good stuff. Yeah, Tipology says because on this Pathfinder Starfinder, because you get the second edition beginner box for Pathfinder physical, and then if you look down here, they have the Starfinder beginner box, but it's only digital, not physical. So it's like, oh. So. And then we've got the Traveler Great Rift. So $10 gets you the Great Rift and the Deep Night Revelation. So 2 add-ons for Traveler. And then if you do $35, you get both of these. So this is 420 pages. This is 320 pages. So a 28-year trek aboard a 500-person ship. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in these. Then in the bonus collection, 6 Deep Night source books: the Rift Siege Transit, Near Side of Yonder, The Crossing, Far Side of Nowhere, Void Shore, and Expeditions. And then this one has 3, so that's 646 pages. So Island in the Rift, Deep Night Endeavor, and Flatline. That's 129 pages. So $35 gets you a lot of content. And then, let's see. GURPS Horror. We talked about GURPS Horror last week, so there are 41 minutes left on GURPS Horror. So if you are into GURPS Horror, so the $15 gets you the horror, 5 different creature books, and the 6 terrifying alternate histories. So, and then you can get for $31 all of that plus the Madness Dossier, 5 guides of monster hunters, and the GURPS Zombies plus Day 1. It's a lot of stuff. Then 4E also, this ends in 40 minutes. So 4E Core Collection for $20 gets you 4E, the template toolkit, adaptations, how to be a GURPS GM, and the GURPS GM screen. And then if you go to $40, you get all that, plus high tech, ultra tech, biotech, low tech, and 2 weapons table, plus GURPS Mass Combat, which, man, it's one of the few games that has mass combat rules. Could you imagine trying to do mass combat in 5e? Oh, I don't have a month. See, Cthulhu Confidential. $12 gets you Cthulhu Confidential, the Howling Fog, the House Up in the Hills, and 1 for the money. Then if you go up to $25, you get all that, and the Night Black Agent Solo Ops, NBA, the Best of Intentions, then High Voltage Kill, Ex Astoria, and the Shadows over Washington. Washington, D.C., not Washington State. Then, let's see, Weird Frontiers. This is all for Dungeon Crawl Classics. If you like Deadlands, but you like Dungeon Crawl Classics, there you go. $10 gets you Weird Frontiers Core Rulebook, the Weird Frontiers Judges Screen. Then if you do $20, you get those, plus 5 adventures. Never Swallow the Worm, Not So Fast Billy Ray, Dig 3 Graves, Malevolent 7, and Nest of Snakes. And then we do. And then this got a boost, so this was like recycled. It went for like a month, and they're doing it for another month. So talked about this a bunch. These are all neat little like 1-player, 2-player, small player games, and they're not expensive. $24 gets you a ton of little fun PDFs to play around with. So, well, and that is the last of everything for this Monday, the 7th of November. Thank you for tuning in. Lots of cool stuff going on. I believe we have an interview tomorrow. And I've got to... Yeah, yes, somebody said 5e mass combat. There's an OGL book for that. It's kind of become a new D20 system. Yes, there is OGL stuff for mass combat, but they had to streamline so much that it's almost not even the same game anymore. But most games don't have mass combat available in their RPGs. It is fun to kind of scale things up from time to time because role-playing games came from miniature combat games scaled down to the squad or the person, which is kind of cool. And it's fun to, hey, let's go the other way. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. It has been a blast hanging out with you, going through a bunch of different stuff. The D&D movie's been delayed till the end of March. Let's see, a bunch of new cool stuff coming out for Cthulhu. Steamforged Games putting out a new mini, and with the mini comes like an adventure for 5e, a new Tarask model. Cy Borg is coming out, and so thank you all for tuning in. It has been lovely. I enjoyed chatting with you all and sharing some cool new stuff for the world of RPGs. And till next time, the library is now closed.